So I think to the question of how is our background in terms of media and being entrepreneurs helped really into the philanthropy part, I think firstly I'm saying that's not really the prerequisite and requirement. To be honest, I think what we have done is we've given a lot of our own time and effort into a thought process. I think using a network is not that critical and important to the entire situation. I think when we've been blessed with that, we've used it to the level that we can. If we think we're coming from a high profile in media entertainment, the fact that we need to profile, we do it more for the profiling to create the level of awareness, because we're also creating a model of what we want to do. But I think clearly our experience as being an entrepreneur and running an own business has definitely helped incredibly. Because if it wasn't for that, I think our inertia to the first day when we decided that we wanted to scale up, we were very clear that whatever we do, we'll do it as an active foundation, and not 1 second from the time we decide we want to do that, we think, so what's the cause, or which is the NGO that we'll identify, or etc. It was about what are we going to do in that thought process. So I think that was a DNA built into the fact that when you got to get your hands dirty or anything else, you roll up your sleeves and do whatever you need to do. So I think that was the DNA that set us right. The second part is problem solving, because actually philanthropy is the funding part of it, but basically when you're an entrepreneur, the core strength and the core aspect you have outside of the big cliched words like vision and etc. is really problem solving. And I think if we're solving problems for the needy and we're working in the social sector or the rural sector or the needy sector, you're solving problems. You're solving other people's problems, you're solving pragmatic problems, you're solving environment problems, you're solving institutional problems, but you're solving problems. So I think to that extent, the entrepreneurial background is key, because I think what we're doing today with our entrepreneurial skills, different from maybe people, that doesn't mean we're the only ones doing it, but different from many others, is the fact that we're identifying problems well before it has, a proactiveness to look around the bend and see what's going to hit us on that context, even though we'll make a lot of failures and etc. Find the solutions to that thought process, mentor people and inspire them, which is as an entrepreneur you always need to do. You've got to carry your people with you and you're building a team. So building team, identifying team people, planning, execution, those are the DNAs, and that's what a working foundation at scale needs to be. I think we chose scale, and I think philanthropy at scale, work at scale is an important element of what we want to discuss overall when we're looking at this, because I think scale is an important aspect. India has a scale problem, so it needs to find solutions at scale. And therefore, it's phenomenal that we have 3 million NGOs and there are clusters of people that are doing incredible work, and that's phenomenal. But at the same time, some sense of consolidation and aggregation for higher impact needs to take place. So when we decided that, I don't think we'd have thought of scale. We wouldn't have said 1 million people if we weren't entrepreneurs. So I think that's the cluster of where I think it's helped. I think we need accountability in this sector, which is what I think I started by saying. So I think it's fantastic if people can't give their time and still give their money. But I think even at that stage, they need to be actively involved. And you can be actively involved with 10% of your stretch time. Instead of a golf game on Saturday, spend that 4 hours reviewing it on a Saturday. But there needs to be some element where you're going to hold the people that you're accountable. The point is you're coming from a position of strength and leadership. You're coming from a strength of dispersing wealth to a certain extent. You obviously have had incredible experience that will give people on the ground in the social sector a lot more learning to do. And we need to inspire people and keep them going. So if you're working with NGOs, treat them as if you made an angel investment in a company and you nurture that founder or an entrepreneur and you think that's going to create my next level of wealth. Figure out how this 10,000 rupees, 10 lakhs rupees or 1 crore rupees that you've given to philanthropy, what is going to be the ROI on that? If you can look at it in the same manner that you look if you're making an investment in your company, getting your shareholders for a new investment, asking the company for 50 crores more on your marketing plan, whether you're a professional, whether you're a businessman, whether you're a family entrepreneur, that's what I think is where the accountability should be.